My name is Noah Teller. I'm a PhD researcher at the University of California, Riverside, and today we are at Coal Canyon in Chino Hills State Park in Southern California, looking at how bulldozer lines are impacting the community recovery of plants after fire. One of the primary things we're concerned about when these landscapes burn is vegetation type conversion as a result of invasion by annual invasive grass. So one of the things about these grasses is that they produce a lot of forage every year that then dries down in the summer to be very papery, flammable vegetation. And they also are really effective at filling in interspaces between plants to create more fuel connectivity on the landscape. So this means that, while in the past, before these grasses got here, fires would burn through and then leave patches that acted as natural fire breaks to allow native plants to survive multiple years after fire. Now we've got this cover of invasive grass that comes in, carries fire through the community really efficiently, and that means that more plants are burning more frequently than they ever have before in their history, which is leading to type conversion of vegetation away from shrubland and towards domination by only invasive annual grass. In 2017, there were two fires, the Coal Canyon Fires 1 and 2, that burned about 11,800 acres of mixed coastal sage and chaparral habitat in the area. Directly in front of us is the area where the bulldozer began its bulldozing. It put its blade down roughly in this road edge right here and then pushed up the hill. Unfortunately, there is a large propensity for bulldozers to pick up seeds of invasive plants in these bulldozer lines and then move them uphill. So we're particularly concerned that in previously uninvaded areas farther uphill, the bulldozer may have pushed invasive plant seeds where they weren't before and then contributed to spreading those invasive seeds and type converting native vegetation.
Another aspect of the study is developing an ideal mix of native plant species to replant into bulldozer lines to help speed their recovery.
We decided that we would test two different seed mixes for native plant revegetation in these bulldozer lines. One of the primary concerns for managers who are dealing with invasive plants is that often when invasive plants are removed, the conditions that remain favor more invasive plants to come in. And so we figured getting native plants established in these bulldozer lines might improve the future regeneration of native species and prevent more invasive plants from coming in. So we created one seed mix that we tried to match as closely as possible to the invaders in a couple of key competitive traits. So these included things like their overall height, their specific leaf area, and their specific root length. So this one mix that was trait matched we expected would potentially suppress invasive plants by competing in their same ecological niche. And then we also developed another seed mix that included native species across a maximum functional dispersion, so as many different traits as possible. And we figured that this more diverse seed mix might be more robust to dealing with environmental fluctuations like drought or excessive rain years, since we'd have a larger diversity of trait mixes that could respond positively to conditions in any given year.